Students, hello, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video, we are going to do the third part of the chapter Glimpses of India, Tea from Assam. It is written by Arup Kumar Datta. Arup Kumar Datta is a famous writer based in Guwahati. He received the Padma Shri for his contribution in literature in the year 2018. We are going to see the exam-based explanation, that is, I am going to do the lesson in points so that you can remember better, while I am also going to explain in detail the same. For your convenience, as usual, I am breaking the entire lesson into 6 parts, and if you remember these 6 parts well, then you will remember the entire lesson. Background in Assam, first view of Assam, on reaching Assam, Assam and tea legends, driving to the tea estates. Background is the background of the story before they come to Assam. Pranjal and Rajveer are classmates studying in a Delhi school. So Pranjal was a youngster from Assam. He is Rajveer's classmate at school in Delhi. Pranjal's father is the manager of a tea estate in Upper Assam. He has invited Rajveer to visit his home during the vacation. In Assam, the train pulled out of the station. Earlier, the train had come to a station and everybody, including Rajveer and Pranjal, had hot tea. Now the train was coming out. Pulled out means was coming out of the station. Pranjal buried his nose in his detective book again. Pranjal was reading with great interest a detective book. After he drank the tea and after the train left the station, he buried his nose, means he went back to reading the book again. Rajveer, an ardent fan of detective stories, was keener on looking at the beautiful scenery. Rajveer also was a very passionate fan of detective stories. He loved to read detective stories, but right now he was very eager to see the scenery outside. It was green everywhere, and Rajveer had never seen so much greenery before. So the complete area outside was filled with greenery. There were lots of trees and bushes and grass, so there was so much of greenery. The soft green paddy fields gave way to tea bushes. Now, paddy fields are fields where rice is grown. So in the beginning, when he looked out, there were rice fields, but slowly the tea bushes started coming in. It was a magnificent view. Magnificent means very, very beautiful. First view of Assam. Against the backdrop of densely wooded hills, a sea of tea bushes stretched as far as I could see. So in the background, behind, there were thick wooded hills. Wooded means full of trees. So against that background, in front there were a sea of tea bushes. Sea means lots and lots of tea bushes. Dwarfing the tea plants were tall, sturdy shade trees. Now, the tall trees were making the tea plants look very, very small. They looked like dwarfs. Sturdy means very strong. Amidst the orderly row of bushes, busily moved doll-like figures. All these bushes were completely kept in rows and very, very well ordered. And there were doll-like figures moving. These were the tea pluckers. In the distance was an ugly building with smoke billowing out of tall chimneys. In a distance means far away. With all these greeneries, suddenly something ugly was sticking out, and that was the ugly building with smoke. Billowing means strong smoke, black thick smoke was coming out of the chimneys. The chimney is an outlet to allow all the hot air, gas and smoke to go out. Pranjal, who had been born and brought up there, felt no excitement, but Rajveer was excited. Pranjal was very used to all the scenery, so he didn't bother to look much, but Rajveer, who came here for the first time, was extremely excited about this. Assam and tea legends. Legends means very, very old stories, traditional stories. So Rajveer had read a lot about Assam before visiting it. Usually before you visit a place, you like to read about the place so that you can identify better with everything that you see. So Assam is a tea country and has the largest concentration of tea plantations in the world. There are enough gardens to last you a lifetime, said Rajveer. So Rajveer made this comment that Assam is a tea country because it is so much covered with tea plantations that it will last you a lifetime. He said, no one really knows who discovered tea, but there are many legends. So he said that actually when and how the tea came, we don't know. But there are stories behind it. One is about the Chinese emperor who always boiled water before drinking it. One day, a few leaves of the twigs burning under the pot fell into the water, giving it a delicious flavor. It is said they were tea leaves. So the Chinese emperor always had hot boiling water, and some twigs were kept below to boil the water. They were probably the bushes of tea. And some of the leaves by mistake fell into the water, but it made the water very, very flavorful. And that is how tea was born. In an Indian legend, Bodhidharma, an ancient Buddhist ascetic, cut off his eyelids because he felt sleepy during meditations. So there was a sage who felt extremely sleepy while praying. Meditations is while you are thinking, while you are praying. And at that time, he didn't want to be sleeping. So he cut off his eyelids and 10 tea plants grew out of the eyelids. Now when he threw it on the ground, tea plants came from the eyelids, and the leaves of these plants, when put in hot water and drunk, banished sleep. So when the leaves of these plants were boiled in water and the water, it removed sleep. So you never felt sleepy. The difficult words are given below. Delicious means sweet. Legend is a traditional story. Banished means to remove, and twigs means small, small branches. Now continuing, Rajveer said the tea was first drunk in China as far back as 2700 BC. In fact, words such as tea, chai and chini are from Chinese. Tea came to Europe only in the 16th century and was drunk more as medicine than as beverage. Beverage is a drink. So Europeans did not have it as a drink, but they took it as a medicine. The train clattered into Mariani Junction. Clattered means made a lot of noise as it entered the station. Pranjal's parents were waiting for them. So they took all their luggage and they accompanied Pranjal's parents to Pranjal's house. Soon they were driving towards Dekiabari, the tea garden managed by Pranjal's father. An hour later, the car crossed a cattle bridge and entered Dekiabari tea estate. They crossed a bridge and they entered the tea estate. The Dekiabari tea estate. Now, as they were going, on both sides of the gravel road were acre upon acre of tea bushes, all neatly pruned to the same height. So, on both sides, there was gravel road. Gravel road means road filled with small, small stones. And acre upon acre means lots and lots of tea bushes. Pruned means they were cut to size and they were kept properly. The dead plants were all removed. They were all of the same height. Groups of tea pluckers with bamboo baskets on their backs, wearing plastic aprons, were plucking the newly sprouted leaves. Now these tea pickers, they were quickly plucking the newly sprouted leaves, the new leaves which were born, and they were putting it back into the bamboo baskets which they had on their backs. When Pranjal's father slowed down to allow a tractor pulling a trailer load of tea leaves to pass, Rajiv said, "This is the second flush or sprouting period, isn't it, Mr. Barua?" Now, a big tractor came and it was fully loaded with tea leaves. So Pranjal's father just stopped for a minute to allow the tractor to pass, and Rajiv asked about this. The second flush means the trees are having the leaves which are allowed to stay there in monsoon, and because of that they'll absorb all the water, and the tea made from the second flush of tea leaves is always stronger and darker. Pranjal's father was surprised and praised Rajveer for doing his homework. Homework means he was appreciating Rajveer because he had read about Assam before visiting the place. Pranjal hoped to learn much more while on his visit to Assam. But Pranjal felt that he had only read the book and he was hoping that he will learn a lot more by actually visiting and seeing Assam. Gravel means small stones. Plucking means to pick. Sprouting means germinating. To prune, to cut off the dead plants to allow the plants to grow better. Thank you for watching my video. And as I said earlier, in case you find it useful, then please subscribe to my channel.